One of the things that we've talked about recently in depth, especially with Joy Hawkins and Geet Sakalakis, is the just kind of massive amount of review spam that is cluttering up Google, which honestly makes it really, really difficult for honest firms to compete. And one of the questions I put to Joy the other day was, hey, listen, if you are playing in the local or LSA game without a big review count, should you even bother? Is it just so cluttered with spam reviews that you don't have a chance? And she said it depends. And so what I want to do is I want to use this little moment to teach you how to go about looking for fake reviews and how it becomes really flagrantly obvious right off the bat. The problem, of course, is that there's not much you can do about it, right? Because Google has been really, really horrendously poor at identifying these, or maybe they're good at identifying them, but they're not really doing anything about it. So the game is to play these fake reviews. So what we're going to do here, we're going to run a pretty simple search. We're going to look for a personal injury lawyer near me. Now you can see I've already done this, but we're running personal injury lawyer near me. Now, what you'll notice at the top, and ironically, very ironically, these are Google screened. Okay, personal injury lawyers, and this is geo-targeting directly to my office, which is in the greater Seattle area. Look at this. We have Alpha Accident Lawyers with 353 reviews. Now, there are two other guys playing in this game, Callahan and Gosanko O'Halloran. And then you get down, we've got some more pay-per-click ads, and then you've got the local ads. And note, these local listings, very different from those showing up in the LSAs right now, right? So those three are fundamentally different. And then, of course, down at the bottom, you have organic relegated to the bottom of the page. But we're going to go back up and look at this. 353 5-star reviews. So let's get deeper into Alpha Accident Lawyers, because 353 5-star reviews, that sounds like someone I would really want to hire. But let's go deeper. So are they actually really all 5 stars? Look at that. 353, 5.0. These guys have nailed the landing every single time. Sounds like someone that we should actually want to learn about. The interesting thing, of course, if you look at this, there is nowhere to find the website for Alpha Accident Injury Lawyers, right? Can't seem to find them anywhere. And that, of course, becomes fairly problematic. And so I want to learn a little bit more about Alpha Accident Injury Lawyers in Seattle. So we're going to do a query for them, right? Alpha Accident, well, you can see. Well, we looked at Arizona later. I'll show you why we did that. But here's Alpha Accident Injury Lawyers Seattle. We're going to check these guys out. All right, here we go. All right, so this looks like a real business. But this one, look here, 70 Google reviews. Okay, so note in their local service ads, right, over here, LSAs, 353 5-star reviews. But now when I look at their Google local results, which are usually slightly off. There's usually a few more LSA ads, because when you connect with a lawyer via the LSA, you can actually leave that review. And some of those reviews only show up in LSAs, but it's rarely where you have a 5x difference between the Google local reviews as well as the local service ad reviews. So let's look at these. Oh, look, 70 5-stars reviews. So we're still on the completely perfect, stuck every single landing situation. So this starts to look a little bit too good to be true. The other interesting thing is when I go into, so now I found the website, right? When I go into the website, right, we're going to check this out. And I'm waiting. And one of the reasons, by the way, this is a big tip off when I'm talking about how to identify these things. The reason I dug deeper into this is because I have been in Seattle for 20 years. I've been working in the digital marketing space since 2006, specifically for legal. Never heard of Alpha Accident Lawyers. And with 353 reviews, this is the type of thing that I probably would have noticed. So here's Seattle Personal Injury Attorney, right? And this is their Seattle office. But there's nothing until I get down to Jeffrey Caffey, Esquire, right? And if you take the time, as I did, to read through this bio, it's kind of not really all that descriptive, and it doesn't really talk too much about Mr. Caffey. And so I was wondering to myself, Jeffrey Caffey, Esquire, I wonder if you actually work for Alpha Accident Injury Lawyers, because I've never heard of you before. And when I look at the who we are, check this out. you will see that Alpha Accident Injury Lawyers, here's the team, right? That's a pretty slowly loading site. Here are the featured attorneys. Alpha Accident Lawyers featured attorneys include staff and of-counsel attorneys, each licensed in their respective states. So they've got one person in Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, Texas, and Washington, right? So they've got 1, 2, 3. It's a 6-lawyer firm, and they have one person in each of these 6 states. And if you go down deeper, you can start to see that they're optimizing for these different states in which they are, okay? So a little bit suspicious, but let's look for Jeffrey Caffey, attorney, and Caffey, attorney, Seattle. Let's see what we find. Oh, the Caffey Accident and Injury Lawyers. This is actually his business, right? So, and lo and behold, he only has 18 reviews. Right. And so what Caffey's doing is he's leveraging Alpha Accident Injury attorneys to show up in the local service ads based on the 353 reviews that they have for this location instead of the 18 Google reviews that his firm has actually generated. Okay. So fundamentally different. And then I was wondering, okay, well, I wonder if they're pulling a Morgan & Morgan, and are these 353 reviews that are showing up here, is this tied specifically to the location, or is it tied to the business? Because you can, if you are underhanded, have all of your reviews, and you know how to do it, have all of the reviews for all of your locations show up in every single location, right? So that's an underhanded, dirty, black hat way to do things. So I was wondering if that was going to happen. So I grabbed another one of the addresses. So we've got someone in Arizona Accident Lawyers from Alpha Accident Lawyers. So we did a query for that. Oh, that's a more personal injury. Let's run that right now. Alpha Accident Lawyers, Arizona. Let's do that search. And lo and behold, these guys have 69 reviews, right? So each location has its own review set. And I'm going to bet these 69 reviews, oh, look at this. They're all 5 stars, a 5.0. Nothing but positive things to say about Alpha Accident Injury Lawyers. So what you can see here is the reviews really do make a difference. So let's go back to this original search, right? Part 2 of my fake reviews follow-up. So one of the things that you can do, of course, is to find out whether or not this business actually exists. And so what I've done here, I'm looking up the Seattle.gov website. We're going to do a search by company name, Alpha Accident Injury Attorneys. Actually, we just did Alpha Accident. This business doesn't even exist. It's not a thing. And so it's really, really clear that this is just a Google scam. And it's unfortunate that's how this works and how easy it is to get this to work. But there you have it, right? So the other way to think about this, and this is kind of more cynical, is this is a zero-sum game. The people who are hiring this attorney through these fake reviews are doing so at the cost of your business, right? You could be showing up in that position, and yet you're not because of the spam, okay? So just be really, really aware of what's out there.